That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him.
Call her. That simple. Don't think, just do it. If you are lucky enough to have your mother still around, call her, and your father as well. Life is too short. It can change in an instant. Today I'm working on some Mother's Day gifts for all the mothers in my life. But this project also seems to be a rite of passage for any and every woodworker, child or professional. A wooden toolbox. I made 20 or so a few years back for my daughter's 4-H group. Those were for tack boxes for the horses. This one I'll be adjusting even further, a little more open and not as wide, but it will still have that same rustic charm, that rustic farmhouse wood decor that never goes out of style. It's a perfect scrap wood project that can be made from cutoffs or even one solitary fence picket. I'll hit it with a 3-layer distressed paint job, and the final color will hopefully be a gorgeous bright pink, my mother's favorite. In the summer, she can load it with flowers, petunias, and snapdragons. The fall with mums. Winter, she can bring it indoors for herbs on the windowsill and start all over again the next spring. The blooms may fade, but the memories will remain. At the miter saw, we cut the stock to length, then rip to width at the table saw. As always, a full cut list is in the description. You have any questions at all, miss any steps, just ask in the comments below. The channel is small enough that I can answer as needed. I post at least one new video every week, so if you like rustic, farmhouse, colonial-inspired decor made from scrap wood, please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Back at the bench, we try our first dry fit, and of course, nothing fits. But it was to be expected. I'm a field builder, and I need to see what looks right to me at that time. The uprights are actually thicker than the planned 3/4 inch. They must have been leftover rough sawn lumber at some point. So I'll need to cut the base by another 1/4 inch. And they're too tall with the lower sides I have planned, so I'll cut them down to 8. No, let's call it 8.5 inches. Done. And that's looking much better now. The handle, yeah, I know. I could have just drilled a hole and used a dowel. And the worst part, I even have several dowels that would have worked. But I wanted a more hand chiseled look. And, well, of course, I can't do anything easy. So I'm also going to add a curve to the handle and pushing them through the sides for 1 inch. We may adjust it if it doesn't feel right at the end. Sliding the scroll saw onto the table, I cut the handle out. It's a fairly easy cut at only 1 inch thick, and it doesn't push the saw much. I hug the line on the straightaway and steer away clear of the curves, choosing to let the bench top sander clean that up. And of course, I put the scroll saw away, not realizing I would need it again in 10 minutes, give or take. At the WEN, I sand the pieces with 120. The handle gets most of my attention. It needs to be smooth, so I slide into the curves, then round the edges over. Then quickly give the other pieces a little bit of attention. And it was here I realized, my uprights are square. That doesn't look right. Back to the drawing board. The Fable Skippy lid comes out. Look, you can use a Jiffy lid if you must. Again, I have no true plan here. I'm just winging it. The lid looks good there. Now I reverse the curve and draw them till they meet. I think I like that. I mark out the square hole for the handle to pass through and drill a 1-inch hole in the center and prepare for chiseling. Truthfully, this went far better than anticipated. This was that moment of that project that I was dreading. There was a little blowout in the back, but I think the layers of paint and distressing will play right into that. Plus, I'll keep that on the inside where the shape of the handle will help conceal it. I think we're going to be okay here. Takes a little bit of working to smooth the holes out and whittling the handle down to size, slowly, trying to keep the tightest fit possible. All good there, I pull the scroll saw back out and cut out the curves of the uprights. If you want an easier version, stick around till the end. The timestamp will be in the description. Like a minute tops, some tricks and design changes for an easier build, including the one fence picket one, which would be awesome out of cedar. I hit the WEN up again. The beauty of the Skippy lid is it makes a very manageable curve, and the bench sander handles it with ease. Not too tight, not too open, perfect. Testing the fit here, little hammer to pound it into shape, and I think she's coming together really well. Now, let's get this 3-layer paint process started. The first layer is a watered down gray acrylic paint, Hobby Lobby style, turning it into a stain. This is our base coat, making the wood look weathered. The second coat is white latex. I go sparingly here, leaving gashes in areas without paint. We're going for a full-on rustic decaying paint job. The third coat, whatever color you desire. Probably not going to be the one I chose. I'm going bright pink. My mother loves color. I water down the hot pink acrylic here, going for almost a glaze look. I've never tried this, and truthfully, it was by accident. But don't worry. Yes, it's by look or feel. It's artsy, it's crafty, but the good thing is you can always sand away some if you have to, or add as needed. Here she is, a beautiful, versatile project for any age, adjustable for anyone. And if you're looking for a woodworking project to sell, this one could easily turn a healthy profit. Flower boxes, toolboxes, tack boxes, counter storage, there are so many possibilities. For my other mother, I'm making a dark walnut stained version, stenciled with herb names in white for her kitchen window. Let me know in the comments who you'd build this for and what color you would choose. And as promised, here are some easy options. Use a dowel for the handle. For a square handle, don't pass it through the uprights. Glue and screw it. The upright, eliminate the curve. Slant them. And for the one fence picket version, glue 2 thin slats together for the handle. You will have them left over when you rip your sides down to 3.5. And if you use cedar, naturally bug and rot resistant. Beautiful. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Until the next time.